Today's card tutorial is going to be making a handmade Easter card with die cuts. And be warned, this is not a card that you're going to get done within 5 minutes, but it is very satisfying to complete it, and the end results are absolutely adorable. I am also going to have a partner video that's going to be kind of a part two of this. So be sure to stay tuned for that. You can subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you are notified when that video is posted. All of the supplies that I'm using today will be linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. So let's take a look at the products I'm using today. Now, the first product that I picked out for this is going to be the Springtime Celebration Plate, and that's where we're going to do a lot of our die cutting. One of my absolute favorite products is that bundled bunny. I also have pretty bows and blessings at Easter stamp and die set. I'm going to work on creating the bunny first. Now, this bunny is just absolutely adorable. It comes in two plates. So you have your main base plate for your bunny, and then the additional plate has the backing for the ears, what I'm going to be using as the belly, and then there's also a scarf, but I'm not going to be using the scarf today. These products are all from Simon Says Stamp, and I love that they included that scarf for the bunny because that means I can use this bunny all year long. I went ahead and die cut the bunny from a white cardstock and the backing for the ears and also a bow from the Pretty Bows using a light pink cardstock. I think this is from Concord and Ninth. I kind of just dug through my scraps to dig out some colors that I thought would work nicely here. I added liquid glue to the back of the head and also the back of the ears so that I could place that over the top of the pink cardstock. Now, I didn't want his eyes to be pink, so I die cut out the bunny from black cardstock and just popped out the eyes so that I could die cut inlay them into that area. Now, this shape I'm going to add kind of in between the paws and the feet. They have a slit in them so you can slide it in there. For that, I did a tape runner because I thought it'd be a little bit easier to maneuver versus dragging a liquid glue around all over the bunny. So I'm just moving the hands and the feet to tuck that in. This could also work as an Easter egg, though, I think. So that would be super cute if you decorated it as an egg. I did die cut a bow. There's a few different options, but this one I thought fit really nice on the top of his head, her head, or it could go around the neck as well. I added a few white dots to the eyes to give highlights using a white gel pen. And then I die cut another one of the bunnies from white cardstock. I know the ears are kind of popped out, but I liked die cutting that and using it as a base just to give the bunny some more stability. Then I'm going to work on all of my die cutting. So here is one panel I did out of white. When you die cut this plate, you're getting the positive and the negative, and I want to save all of those negative pieces. Now, again, this is not for the faint of heart when it comes to die cutting, and there's probably easier ways I could have done this. But what I did is just went through my cardstock and picked out colors that I thought would look well together and were very spring themed, I guess, in my opinion. It's kind of a unique color combination. And I just went through and die cut a whole bunch of those pieces out. You can see I have piles all over the place. I thought I better stop and start inserting some of these or inlaying some of them. So I have a piece of white cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I added a piece of double-sided adhesive sheet from Altenew to the front of it. I removed the backing, and then that way the entire area is going to be sticky. Now, the front piece, I'm using a light blue. I think this is actually one of the newer colors from Spellbinders. I don't remember the name, but I will try and find it and link it below. And then once I have that placed over the top, I use one of those release papers and just kind of buff over or press it down over the top to really press that in place. And then I can start digging through the piles that I have on my desk and putting them or die cut inlaying them onto that. So I have the exposed area, all has sticky, so it's really easy to insert. I don't have to worry about adding a bunch of liquid glue or tape runner to the back of the pieces. So again, this is something that is a little bit time consuming, but I'm also going to have all of those leftover panels. I have all of those leftover pieces, and this is going to bring on my sister video or part two video for another card using some of these leftover pieces. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Now, I'm actually recreating this card because I sent my original one in to Simon Says Stamp. And at first, when I started the video, I couldn't find all my extra pieces. When I went to go look for a craft stack tray to put all of these current pieces in, I found my original one. So now I have tons of die cut pieces that I can use for future cards. I pretty much have everything die cut inlaid onto my front panel except for the white areas. My mistake right here is that I scooped all of these pieces up, even the white, and put them in a craft stacked tray. This is a larger one. I really should have waited to do the white because I had to really dig through that tray to find all of those white dots. I could use any of the other color dots as well, but I really wanted that pop of white on the front of the card. Although, after thinking about it, I probably could have gone through with maybe some Nouveau drops or something like that to fill in those white areas if I can't find all of the small white dots. Now that my panel is done, I am taking a sentiment off of the Blessings at Easter stamp set. There is a coordinating die for these sentiments. There's also some really pretty images on there that I am hoping to work with soon because it's a beautiful Easter set. So you will see that one on my channel again in the future. I'm stamping these sentiments onto white cardstock using my Versafine ink, and then I'm going to line up the coordinating die, run that through the die cut machine, and as always, I die cut extra so that I can layer them together using the liquid glue just to add that dimension. Although you could also use foam squares, but I really do love having that stability behind my images and my sentiment. Once I figured out placement for my bunny and the greeting, I added the bunny to the center using thin foam squares and then just attaching the sentiment using the liquid glue. Now, yes, this was a little time consuming, but I think it turned out so super cute. That bunny just absolutely steals my heart, and I was really happy with the color combination that I used for that background. Now, I want to know, are you a die cut inlay fan? I will admit it is not my first go to technique, but once I do it, it provides just the most amazing results. Again, all of these supplies will be linked down below in the video description and over on my blog, and be sure to stay tuned for part two. Thanks everyone for joining, and see you soon.